Hello there. Once again, it's Anton from Anton Bay. Thank you guys for stopping by the collection room. Today I'm taking a look at some more Ultraverse comics. This is Malibu comics from like the 90s, mid 90s. And it's one of their big titles. It's Prime. If you like videos like this, if you like Prime, if you like Ultraverse, you might like my channel. I got a lot of stuff geared towards this era of comics and this publisher. So if you feel like it, give me a like and a subscribe. And go back through my back catalog. You'll find a lot of this stuff. So anyway, we're ready for issue number 13. We've gone 1 through 12 so far. We've covered a couple of other different Ultraverse titles. I know we've gone through The Solution. I know I've gone through Rune because it's one of my least favorites. I hate Rune. We bagged on Wraith multiple times. And I think we just wrapped up Nightman not that long ago and Mantra. So we're on to Prime. And Prime is one of the it seems more normal and mainstream, but it's also like really gross and weird because he's just like this gooey slime glob that encases like a young boy. And it's just really bizarre. And so the transformation is gross. The power is gross. I mean, if he just looks like a normal guy, it's not so bad. But when he gets, it's creepy. And of course, here he's getting a ride from a guy. He's about to get molested. That's never a thing. But you know what? It was a reoccurring thing that kept happening in Prime. Is you'd run into these like, you know, child molesters and stuff like that, and Prime would deal out justice on them because it's, I don't know, it's just a thing in the book. But it's also kind of creepy in the book because Prime is basically a 13-year-old boy, and he's in the body of a man when he's Prime, and so women hit on him, women that are way too old for a 13-year-old, and then he also looks really old, and when he talks to younger girls, it constantly has this weird, awkward, misaligned age thing that they just always have going on, it seems. It's just a little bit odd. Of course, his mom is on to him. And I said 13, but I think, gosh, he might be older than that. I can't remember. It was like, it's either 13 or 15. Oh, dear. I did some woodworking earlier today. I have still got some sawdust and it's making me sneeze. So I do apologize for that. And here we got Planet Class. This was a guy on Muscle Beach that Prime humiliated earlier because while he was being a jerk. They're running an ad on TV looking because they want to beat up Prime. And of course, because he's just a child, he's like, Prime will be there and they'll eat their words. Because he's a dork. Why do we have DC? DC ad. I don't think DC ever touched Malibu because Malibu got bought by Marvel. So yeah, these guys are all here to like beat up Prime and stage it on a camera, and they're like ultras also. But only like a stupid hero would get lulled into a battle on TV. And this is, of course, Prime in his George Michael phase. It's kind of a big opening shot. I remember Planet Class's weird slipper shoes, and I thought they looked really stupid. It is a very awesomely done fight scene. And I said mid-90s. I think this is 94. If I remember right. Trying to keep the glare out of the camera, but it's a good fight. It's just dumb that it's happening because it doesn't need to. The whole sucking world is about to find out. Yes, Prime. New rugged Prime can do. Man. Yeah, the thing, Prime is one of those just, it's an interesting read. But like, if you try to picture this, like, it's super cringy. Like, the cringe is real. He's definitely one of the cringiest characters in the entire Ultraverse, as far as just awkward, ludicrous behavior and dialogue and appearance and everything. It's just because it's a kid, which I guess makes it authentic, because let's face it, if you gave some 13-year-old kid the power of Prime and the ability to take those forms, he would do the exact same stupid behavior and act the same stupid way. And I'd love the ultimate 90s look of it all. It's just so 90s. And whoever does the art always manages to make Prime look like a big bragging jackass. And that is essentially what he is. Because he's got this little man complex, because he's just a kid. I don't know. It works. It works well, and he's easily lied to and tricked and easily exploited by outsiders. And it's just like, there should be like another hero would come in and like tutor him or mentor him, but instead he just blunders his way into stuff constantly. And he's probably, technically he's the most powerful of all the Ultras, but he's also like one of the dumbest and most bumbling. Oh yes, once again his mom, or his girlfriend's mom, is always hitting on him because she doesn't know. Yeah, crazy stuff. He always picks the wrong fights to fight. But in that, look, this is what he finds. This kind of, you live here? Yeah. Yeah, he gets into fights all the time that he can't punch his way out of. It's cleverly written. It really is. I don't ever want to, I'm not trying to like disparage it by saying like what an idiot he is, because it's really good. There's a reason it was one of their flag titles, and there's a reason why it ran probably, I think it actually ran longer than any other issue or any other title, was just because of how interesting it was watching this train wreck of a hero bumble his way into stuff, and he was always in over his head. And plus, I look at some of these panels. That is amazing looking stuff. Yeah, wild. Serpent in the Rainbow. We're on like a voodoo trip here. Craziness. And he's just dumb enough that he's super susceptible to all of this. But he's so powerful that he's like mega dangerous. It is not my favorite Ultraverse title. But is it one of their best? Probably. There's of course some that I prefer because I find the cringe and the awkwardness hard for me to read through sometimes. It's that strong with this one. But that doesn't mean it's not a tremendously well written book, and that's always the best image of Prime right there. It sums it all up so great. It's this tiny dumb kid who's trying to be the most powerful Ultra in the world, and yeah, that's a lot. It's a good book. Oh, let's see, issue number 16. We finally get like a guy who wants to be his sidekick. I'm a hero, I'm Prime. Oh, this is terrible art. Somebody has done this book a disservice. The eyes are all wonky and crazy. But it is what it is. It's what they got. Malibu had to like switch artists a bunch of times, and I noticed this. Their books really hopped around in art style. Not that this is a terrible art style, but it does not look like Prime. This looks more like it would be like Gen 13 or something. Oh yeah, that looks so wrong. But I don't know. That's the kind of cringe I'm talking about. It's always there. At least they kept the whole weird artist through this whole thing. A Rafferty saga. That pretty much wraps up this issue. Well, anyway, we're getting through Prime pretty quick. This is already issue 16. I know there was I started these a while ago, and it's been a while since I got back to them, but gosh. You know what? I think that's probably the best cover right there. I'll probably leave it on that. So like I said, if you like Prime, if you like Malibu Ultraverse, if you like weird, obscure stuff, you might consider subscribing to my channel. I try to put out stuff like this quite often, and I've got a whole lot in the back catalogs. That's my story. Thank you guys for watching to the end, and I'll catch you later.